Hey guys, this is Jacob Manning here. So I'm going to teach you today all the fundamental ways to go from crow to crane. So crow is just a bent elbow balancing on your hands. Crane is arms straight balancing on your hands. And some key components are going to be the hands, the fingers, the scapula, how the arms work in the scapula, and then the core. And with all those, you'll be able to go from crow up to crane. And the first way we're going to start is by warming up the hands. So come onto your hands and your knees. Place your hands on the mat and just start to shift forward. And now as you start to shift forward, you can start to feel the weight transfer from the heels of the hands to the fingertips. And that's going to be super important because getting into the fingertips and being able to push the fingertips down is the main thing to not fall forward on your face. So you get that fear of, I don't want to get my legs up. It's because the intelligence in the fingers isn't quite there yet. So just shifting forward a few times so you can start to feel, all you're focusing on is your hands right now. Start to feel the weight shift into your fingertips. And the more forward that I go, the more weight that starts to go into the fingertips. And then go one more time for the furthest one forward. And then as you go back, don't reach back with your hips necessarily. Come far forward and push back with your fingertips. You see that? So this is my hips pulling me back, and this is my fingertips pushing me back. So give that a shot. Next thing, come onto your back, and we're going to work into the articulation of the pelvis. So what we're going to be doing, pretend this is the floor. The ceiling's the floor right now. My hands are here, and I'm going to be balancing on my hands, and then slowly sliding my knees up to my elbows, and then last, the knees up into the armpits. Now as you notice as my knees go up into the armpits, two things are happening here. One is my pelvis is starting to lift off the mat, which I'm pulling the pelvis up with my core muscles and sliding them up into my armpits. And the second thing to get this gap to close is I'm taking the arms and protracting my shoulder blades while scooping my pubic bone in towards my chest, so my core is working and my arms are protracting my shoulder blades. Now, so the first step after warming those up, I already feel warmed up from that, so I'm ready to go. If you don't, do both a couple more times. Okay, so hands a little bit wider than the shoulders for the very, very beginning spot, because if you think of like a motorcycle, it has two wheels like this and it can fall really easily. And the wider the tires go out, the more stable. So hands super wide, almost as wide as the mat. Come onto your feet and then take your knees as wide out as you can, elbows as low as you can, just to get comfortable being on your hands, bringing the feet off the ground, feeling the transition from the feet to the hands. That's really the most important thing, is to being able to get comfortable on your hands before you go up into a handstand. So you want to work from the bottom up to the top. So bring your hands down nice and wide. As you notice, I'm starting to shift my weight forward, coming onto my tippy toes. Then just get onto your big toes and you hold right there. Now, as you can tell by lifting my fingers like that, the weight is still in the heels of my hands, and the weight needs to get into the fingertips. So I shift forward, keep shifting, keep shifting, keep shifting. My elbows are starting to press into my hamstrings because I'm not engaging my core or protracting my arms, just totally sinking, getting used to the weight in my hands. Coming forward, coming forward, coming forward. Now I have some weight in my fingertips. I get as much weight in my fingertips as I can, then I comfortably can lift my feet off the ground here. So you want to be able to hold this for a good half minute. If your wrists start to hurt, you get tired, feel free to come down, take a little rest, and then you'll come right back up. So while being here, you probably, it gets tiring, I know that, but you can feel the weight shifting a little bit from the fingertips to the heels of the hands as you kind of try to keep balancing. All right, that's about half a minute. Set your feet down. Shake your hands out. So the second thing we're going to do here, don't worry so much about the shoulders, the arms working quite yet. What we're doing, laying on our back to lift the butt off the ground, working the core. that's what we're going to be doing the second time. And the knees won't be out here, they'll be right stacked on the triceps. So before we go into that one, we'll do a second little, what do you call it, a second little training part before that. Walk your knees back, engage your core, and then just simply start to bend your elbows, bend your elbows, bend your elbows, all the way until the shoulder gets in line with the elbow. So you've got to be able to hold this for at least a half minute in order to be able to hold a crow, because if you can't hold this and you can't do that, so this is your spot in being able to do crow. It's also a good way to warm up the muscles. Make sure that your belly isn't sinking, it's pulled into your body and your core is engaged. You should be shaking a little bit. I am now. And breathe. And then straighten your arms. Sit back on your feet, shake your arms out. Now we are going to move into crow. So this is the gap in the bridge from the very wide, like very beginner crow into advanced. So this would be intermediate. This time the hands, because you're ready, come a little bit more in. So we bring the tires in a little bit because we feel comfortable in the first spot. Come onto your feet. Now, take the elbows and turn them in towards your kneecaps. And then take your kneecaps right onto the top of the tricep. And as I shift forward, my knees will lower to my elbows to stack as I shift forward though. So I'm shifting forward, shifting forward, shifting forward. Walk the toes in just a little bit so that the front of the knee can be totally on the surface of the tricep. Coming forward, coming forward, coming forward. Now the weights in my fingertips. As I lift my feet, more weight's going to go to my fingertips. So prepare for that. Slowly float the feet up. Keep squeezing the ground. And as you start to bring the heels to the butt, really scoop the tailbone towards the heels of the hands. Have some pressure, the knees squeezing in on the triceps. Start to turn the triceps back, elbows in. Lift the heels even higher. Breathe. If you came down, just come right back up and try again. And slowly lower down. So, arms are burning, core is burning. Felt pretty good. Take a little break, take a breather. It's pretty tiring. So the next thing we're going to do is crane. We'll come back onto the back just to go over those basics in case you forgot. So lying down, take your arms up, and then reach your arms as high as you can to the ceiling. So the shoulders will lift, and my core will engage to do that. Lift up. So this is the feeling of crane with the upper body, and then take your knees and put them into your armpits. So you really gotta keep engaging the core, keep engaging the core. Reach the arms up. Keep going, reach up. Pull the knees in, pull the knees in. Try to get those knees to touch the middle of the armpit. And release. Rock back up. Now we will do crane. So if you still feel uncomfortable doing this when we do it, just keep doing this, the second step. If you can't quite do the second step, keep doing the first step. Just a step at a time, lots of practice. We'll guarantee you to be able to do all of these. Hands not wide, not a little bit in, but right under the shoulders. So that the middle finger is stacked right over the middle of the deltoid. Get your butt up high for this one. Walk your feet in. Lift your heels high. Keep your arms straight. Take the knees into the armpits. Now, my feet are about 6 inches from my hands, which is not going to be enough. Because I'm shifting forward. I lift my feet. It's not enough. I need to bring my hands a little bit closer to my toes so that the whole arm, even the elbow, is on the shin. So the elbow is on the shin, the armpit's on the kneecap. That's how you know you're in the right spot. Now, start to straighten the arms, lift the heels as high as you can. There should be no gap in this area. It should be completely closed. Just like laying on the ground, shift forward, just like the first step, pressing the fingertips, pressing the fingertips. Keep the fingertips pressing, that's going to keep you from falling on your face. Float the feet up, reach for the ceiling like I'm lying on the back. Scoop the tailbone towards the wrists. Protract the legs, hold. Breathe. Slide the knees up higher, pull the knees up. And release down. We'll do that twice because that one's super hard. So if you're out of breath like me, that's just a sign that you're holding your breath. If I wasn't holding my breath, I want to be breathing hard. So we'll do it again, except we will try to breathe like we're relaxed, even though we're seriously physically struggling. Hands back down, walk the feet in, as close to the hands as you can get, really. Get the whole shin on the knees, bring the fingertips to press into the ground, squeeze the ground even, straighten the arms like lying on the back, reach into the ceiling. And then last thing to do here is to lift the feet. And to lift the feet, you have to engage the core, or else you cannot lift the feet. And you have to be comfortable. As you can see, my shoulders are way far forward over my fingertips. Pull the knees up, scoop the tailbone. And come on down. See, I'm still out of breath because I'm physically struggling, so I hold my breath. So it's always good after doing those strengthening things, contracting the muscles, that we open and release them. And you can feel your core is feeling pretty constricted right now. What else do I feel? My wrists, in my shoulders and triceps. So we'll stretch all of this out. Take your left arm over your head and push down the elbow. We're not going to hold it very long. Close the eyes. And take 3 deep breaths. And we'll change sides. So the important part of stretching after that is that you don't lose flexibility, because you need flexibility in order to do yoga poses. And then stretch a little bit we warmed up into the wrist, but we didn't stretch them. So just bring the back of the hands down, let the elbows bend, get the whole flesh of the back of the hands down, and then start to straighten the arms to the best of your ability. Relax the neck. And release the hands. Now, don't keep the arms straight, fingertips down, and slowly start to shift till the index fingers touch, pinkies touch. Shift, shift, shift. Keep the fingers long and don't let them bend. And when you start to feel a stretch, just hold there. Try to catch your breath. It's healthy to breathe, pant, because it's good for the heart and good for conditioning. But it's even better if you can slow your breath down faster than you can get it up. So, come onto the belly, stretch the belly out a little bit. Bring your forearms down, your sphinx, and press the elbows down, press the hands down, lengthen back through the legs, and just don't think, actually take your belly button and pull it up towards your ribs as you drive the elbows back without stretching your belly out. You keep your butt, your glutes a little bit engaged to protect your lower back. Lengthen out through the legs. Perfect. And then lie down. Take your left arm across your body and look to your left. And with that left hand, twist, hold touches the ground, leg, that'll increase the shoulder stretch. Change sides, right arm across, elbow hooks, knees to the left, fall to the left, left hand touch, look to your right. A big breath to relax and come through the nose. Open the mouth, and exhale. And release. So, that's it. Hope you guys like the video. So those are the three steps and parts of the muscles that you want to work on. Again, I'll go over those right now. So working the fingers is going to be the first thing for the basic pose. And then for the second part of the pose is going to be able to work your core so you can balance on those bent elbows. And the third part, the extreme pose crane, protraction of the shoulder blades is the third thing. So fingers, core, pelvis, and legs protracting. So with all those, you'll be able to do crane wherever you're at. Just do it as many times as you can until you feel like it's super easy. And then you get to the second step, you do as many times as you can until it's super easy. And it may never, like for me, it's still exhausting. And the third one that we did, you can see that I only did it for like 15 seconds because it's tiring to hold that. And the tools, chaturanga, lying on the back, being able to learn the shoulder blades, protracting, the pelvis working. So